Hello students, welcome to the Digital Learning Management System of Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, Karnataka. In today's session, I am going to explain you the time boxing model and also an introduction to agile process. Before moving on to our today's session topic, let's brief on whatever we have learned in the previous session, that is Rational Unified Process Model. Rational Unified Process Model has 4 phases. In that, the first one is inception phase, second one is elaboration phase, third one is construction phase, and the fourth one is transition phase. In the inception phase, the input for this phase is need and idea. And here, the team members are going to be communicated with the stakeholders or the customers in order to set the goal and scope of the product or our project. Okay, and here the risks are identified and also future vision and high level capabilities are specified. Okay, and in this phase only go or no go decision making is done. The output of this inception phase is objectives of the project. Okay, and in the second phase, that is the elaboration phase, this phase, whatever we have learnt and specified in the previous phase, that are going to be elaborated. That means the detailed understanding of the project is going to be done in elaboration phase. And here the input is obviously the output of the previous phase, that is the objectives of the project. And here the output of this elaboration phase is high level architecture. This high level architecture consists of use cases, activity diagrams, sequence diagram, and integration diagram, collaboration diagram, etc. These are designed by unified modeling languages. Okay, and here after the second phase, we are moving to the third phase in RUP, that is the construction phase. In construction phase, actual construction of the product is done. That means the actual source code is written in construction phase. After writing the source code, testing is also done and the quality analysis is also done in the construction phase. The output of this phase is the working model or the initial operational product. Okay, and for the fourth phase, that is for the transition phase, output of the construction phase, that is the working product, is taken as the input. And here in the transition phase, this working product is deployed or installed in the client environment. After deploying, that is declared as delivered. And here the feedbacks are collected in order to refine the product which has been delivered earlier in order to improve those earlier developed product. That means here feedbacks are taken in order to include the extra features and accommodate some of the features which were not there in the previous model. And here the next increment is designed and developed. Okay, so these are all the 4 phases which we have studied in the previous session. Let's brief on today's session objectives, that is time boxing model and introduction to agile process. Let's see what is a time boxing model. Time boxing model is an iterative model. Just like our RUP, time boxing model is also an iterative model. That means here the product is designed and developed and also delivered in increments. Okay, and this time boxing model is a parallel processing model. That means here, see in RUP we have seen it was having 4 phases, and all the 4 phases were executing in a consecutive way. That means after the completion of first phase only, the second phase is going to be executed. That is in RUP. That means no phases can be executed at a time. Okay. Whereas in time boxing model, it allows parallel processing. That means if there are multiple phases, then each phases are executed in parallel, or more than one phase is executed at a time. Okay. And here in time boxing model, the basic concept is to divide the whole project into several number of iterations. Okay. These iterations are called as time box, and this each iterations have equal duration of time. Okay. That means here in time boxing model, whole project is divided into several numbers of iterations with equal time duration. Okay. So here, since this time boxing model follows parallel processing approach, it reduces the average delivery time. If we execute 2 phases in parallelly, that means we are saving the time. When we execute the phases consecutively, obviously it will take more time. Okay. So here, since time boxing follows parallel processing concept, here the final delivery or the incremental delivery time is reduced. Okay. So here in time boxing model, I have told whole process is divided into several iterations of equal duration. Here that each iteration is called as time box of fixed duration. Okay. So here the basic unit of time boxing model is time box of fixed duration. That is nothing but our iteration of fixed duration. Okay. And here in time boxing model, each iteration has multiple stages. That means each iteration has multiple activities that has to be performed in each and every stage. That stages inside the iterative period is consecutive. Okay. And the next thing is, based on the time box, the functionality is selected. See here, if the time box is 3 weeks, then only those features are selected which can be executed or developed within that 3 weeks. Hence, we can say based on the time box, the functionality is selected. Functionality or features are selected. But whereas in previous models, we have seen waterfall model and iterative model, prototyping model, and also RUP. In all these models, based on first features are selected and then time will be decided to execute that features or to develop those functionalities and features. Whereas in time boxing model, first we are going to divide the project development time in some time duration. That means in several time duration iterations. Okay. And in that time duration, what are all the functionalities and features going to be executed, that will be selected. Hence, it is non-negotiable and high priority commitments. Okay. Time boxing model has non-negotiable and high priority commitments. See here, let's see in detail what is a time box. See here is a time box which has stages. We are talking about one time box, that is one iteration within a process development life cycle. Okay, and here this time box has stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Here these stages are consecutive. Okay, here time boxes are executed in parallelly, but within the time box, stages are executed sequentially. This stage 1 can be a requirement specification stage, say stage 2 can be a build activity phase and stage 3 can be a deployment stage. Okay, and here each stage has some specific task. See here stage 1 has task 1 and task 2, and here stage 2 has task 1 and task 2. That means here every stage has specific task to be performed. Okay, and here for each stages dedicated team will be allocated. Consider stage 1 is a requirement specification stage. Then a dedicated requirement specification team is allocated to stage 1. Consider stage 2 is a build stage. Then a dedicated team which used to build the software, which used to source code the software has been allocated to stage 2. And consider the stage 3 as deployment. Then here a dedicated deployment team is allocated for stage 3. Okay. So here for each and every stage there is a dedicated team of workers. Okay. This is a simple mind mapping diagram for time box. Okay, so this diagram will makes you understand clearly what is a time box. See here, this is a time boxing model which is executing the time boxing stages. See here, in this diagram we can see a project is divided into 4 time box, that is 4 iterations. Okay, and in each iterations, that is in each time boxes, there are 3 stages. In time box 1 there are 3 stages: requirements, build and deploy. And in time box 2 also we are having 3 stages. See here, each time box has equal number of stages and also equal number of time duration allocated for each time box. Okay, see here, time box 1 has requirement, build and deploy, and time box 2 also has the same stages. Time box 3 also has requirement, build and deploy. Time box 4 also has requirement, build and deploy. See here, at this point when the time box 1 has started, only requirement stage is executing. At this phase, at this point of time, no other stages of any other time boxes are executing. And whereas when the time box 1 is executing build stage, at that time, after the completion of requirement stage of time box 1, the same team can be moved to the time box 2 requirement stage. So at this point of time, build of time box 1 and requirement of time box 2 is executed in parallel. Okay, and when the build operation of time box 1 is completed from build team, then those build team can move to time box 2 build stage. Okay, and then the requirement team, after completing time box 2's requirement stage, it can move on to time box 3 requirement. So when time box 3 has started the requirement stage, at that point time box 1 is executing deploy and time box 2 is executing build. So at this point of time, time box 1 deploy, time box 2 build and time box 3 requirement, all these things are performing in parallel. Okay, so here there are only 3 stages of development that is requirement build and deploy. So at most 3 activities or 3 stages can be performed parallelly at a time. Okay, so then here after the deployment activity of time box 1, that will be delivered to the customer in an increment. Okay, in a initial increment, as an initial increment. Next, in time box 2, after the development of deploy, the second increment is delivered to the customer. Okay, at this point, see here, when the time box 1 deliver the first increment, the feedbacks are again taken here, and thus that will be accommodated in the deploy of time box 2. See here, this process continues until the last time box, that is time box 4, executes its deploy stage and deliver the final software product. Okay, so this is how the time box model executes. See here the tasks of different team members. That is, here the requirement team is doing requirement analysis or requirement specification for time box 1, and the same team is doing requirement analysis for time box 2. The same team again doing requirement analysis for time box 3 and also time box 4. Okay, and there is a dedicated build team which is doing build for time box 1, time box 2, time box 3 and also for time box 4. And finally there is a dedicated deployment team which is doing deployment for time box 1, time box 2 and time box 3. See here, these activities are sequential. That means here, after the completion of requirement analysis for time box 1 from or by this requirement team, then only the requirement analysis for time box 2 is executed. Okay, so here these activities are sequential, whereas the time box execution is parallel. Okay, let's see the execution of time boxing model. How the executing has done in time boxing model. See, in the previous example we have seen 3 stages of time box, that is requirement, iteration and requirement. With the 3-stage time box, at most 3 iterations can be concurrently executed, that I have discussed. And here time box size T, if the time box size is T, then the first delivery will occur after T days. That means here, see here, if the size of time box, that is T, is 9 weeks, then after 9 weeks, that means after the completion of time box 1, the initial product is delivered. And here after the completion of time box 2, that is 9 plus 3. Assume we are having 3 weeks for each stages. Then for the time box 2, we are having 9 weeks, and in that 3 weeks are executing requirements, 3 weeks for build, 3 weeks for deploy. And in that, when the time box 2 starts its requirement, at the same period time box 1 starts the build time. So here we are saving 3 weeks of time. And here when time box 3 is executing requirement, time box 3 is doing build, time box 1 is doing deploy. So here we are saving 3 weeks in time box 2 and 3 weeks in time box 3 because of the parallel execution. Okay, so that's why if the time box size is T, then the first delivery will occur after T days. Okay, and then the subsequent delivery occurs after every T by 3 days. Let's see an example. Here three teams are working in a time box. Okay, and these three teams, one team is dedicated for requirement, another team is dedicated for build, and the last team is dedicated for deployment stages or performing deployment activities. Then if the time box duration T is 9 weeks, then the first delivery occurs after 9 weeks, and the second delivery occurs 9 plus 3, that is after 12 weeks, and the third delivery occurs 12 plus 3, that is after 15 weeks. If the same approach is followed using a linear execution of iteration, it would have taken for the first delivery occurs in after 9 weeks, and the second delivery occurs after 9 plus 9, that is 18 weeks, and the third delivery occurs after 18 plus 9, that is of 27 weeks. See, here we have saved so many weeks time. Okay, let's see the advantages of time boxing model. See here, this time boxing model is well suited for projects with large number of features. That means if a project is having large number of features, then that project can be divided into several iterations of equal duration, and the features are selected which can be executed in each iterations. Okay, so that we can execute multiple features in parallel and a product can be delivered to the customer within a short time. So the second advantage here is short time delivery. So within the short time, the product is delivered to the customer. Okay, that is the advantages of time boxing model. Let's see the disadvantages of time boxing model. See here, the project management becomes more complex. See, since here we are following parallel processing approach. That means here more than one stage, that means more than one activity, that may be the requirement activity of time box 2, or build activity of time box 1, or deployment activity of time box 3. See here, all these activities are performed in parallel at a time. So it will become very complex and difficult to manage the project. Okay, so that is the first disadvantages of time boxing model. And then the other disadvantages of time boxing model is it is not suitable for projects where we cannot divide the whole project time into multiple iterations of almost equal duration. Okay, in some projects we cannot able to divide the whole project into equal number of iterations, or number of iterations with equal duration. Okay, so for that type of projects we cannot use time boxing model concepts. Okay, so these are all the disadvantages of time boxing model. Let's see what is agile process. See here, agile process concentrates more on values and practices than the production. Okay, let's see what is an agile process. Agile process, it develops the software in small iterations like our RUP and time box time boxing model, agile process also develop the software in small iterations. Rapid delivery of small increments. Okay, see here in the time boxing model, we are going to deliver the product, that is the first increment, to the customer after the completion of first time box. That is, in each increment is designed and developed in a particular amount of time, and that will be delivered to the customer. And each iteration takes equal time duration. Whereas in agile processes, it is concentrating on rapid delivery of small increments. That means here small increments of the product is delivered to the customer within 2 to 3 weeks itself. Okay. And the next point is working software is the key measure of progress. See here, when the products are delivered in increments, after delivering the first increments, that will be the key measure of progress, how that first increment is working. If that first increment is working properly, then that is the measure of progress in order to design and develop the next increment. Okay, so here working software is the key measure of progress. Late requirements changes are entertained. So, like our RUP and time boxing model, in agile process also, requirement changes are entertained in any stages. Okay. And then here, it avoids multiple documentation. See, in RUP, we have seen it emphasizes more on documentation. Whereas in agile processes, it emphasizes on face-to-face communication with the stakeholders, then on documentation. Okay, so documentation will be much difficult compared to face-to-face communication in order to explain the project progress to the customer. That's why agile process chooses face-to-face communication over multiple documentation. Okay. Then here agile process follows simple design. That means, see, in RUP we have seen it was following object oriented development approach. That means there it was the whole project is developed in terms of components, and in each and every stages component integration has to be done. So which results in the complex design, and integration test was also difficult in RUP. Whereas in agile process, it follows simple design. Okay. And here the customer feedback and involvement is must for agile process. Okay. See here, this feedback and involvement is there in RUP and also in time box model. But here in agile process, the customer involvement is too high, and also feedback from the customer is taken in a regular basis. Okay. So this is an introduction to agile process. Let's see some of the multiple choice questions on these topics, whatever we have learnt in today's session. Okay. Let's consider our first question. Guess the answer, students. What is the basic unit of time boxing model? The options are stages, task, time box and team. Let's see the answer, students. Yes, you guessed it right. The answer is time box. See, in time boxing model, the basic unit of execution or the basic unit of time boxing model is time box. The time box is the basic unit where the activities are where all the stages are going to be performed. Let's see our second question, that is time boxing model is well suited for. Options are projects with large number of features. Option B, short time delivery. Option C, both A and B. Option D, time delay. Let's see the answer, students. Yes, you guessed it right. The answer is both A and B. That is, projects with large number of features and short time delivery. See, in the advantages of time boxing model, we have seen this time boxing model is best suitable for projects with large number of features, where the whole project can be divided into several iterations of equal duration, and all the features are only those features are selected which can be executed in each iteration. Okay. So here, since the time boxing model follows parallel processing, the short time delivery occurs. That means within a short time, the product is delivered to the customer. So here the answer is both A and B. Let's see our third question. That is, time boxing helps to reduce. Options are A, average time, B, mean time, C, average delivery time, D, fixed duration. Let's see the answer, students. Time boxing helps to reduce average delivery time. The correct answer is average delivery time. Because of the parallel execution, it reduces the average delivery time. Let's see our fourth question. That is, the three different stages of time box are requirement specification, build, deployment. Option B, planning, analysis, design and coding. Option C, planning, design, coding and testing. Option D, planning, analysis, coding and testing. Let's see the answer, students. Here the answer is requirement specification, build and deployment. See, these three are the basic stages of time boxing model. Let's see our fifth question. That is, time boxing model is dash model. Option A, iterative model. Option B, iteration phase. Option C, elaboration phase. Option D, transition phase. Let's see the answer. Yes, you guessed it right, students. The answer is iterative model. See here, elaboration phase and transition phase are the phases of RUP. Whereas iteration phase, iteration is a method we are following throughout the time boxing model. So the model itself is a iterative model. We don't have any separate iteration phase in a time boxing model. Hence, the model itself is a iterative model. Let's see our sixth question. That is, Agile is defined as the ability of a project team to respond rapidly to a change. Option A, true. Option B, false. Yes, you guessed it right, students. The answer is true. Agile process concentrates on rapid delivery. Okay. Let's see our seventh question, students. That is, in Agile process, software development is based on incremental development, iterative development, linear development, both incremental and iterative development. See here, the answer is both incremental and iterative development. See here, Agile process follows iterative development. That means the product is delivered in iterations. That means in each iteration, a product is designed and developed, and that will be developed to the customer. The first iteration product is called first incremental product. Okay, and in the second iteration, second incremental product is delivered. Why we are calling it as an incremental product? That means the second iterative product has all the features of the previous iteration phase. Along with that, it also has some new features. That's why we can call it as incremental product. Okay. And let's see our 8th question, that is agile development is important to build software that meets the customer needs today than worry about features that might be needed in the future. Options are true and false. Guess the answer, students. Yes, you have guessed it right. The answer is true. See here, in the beginning only I have told agile process concentrates emphasis more on values and practice than on the productivity. So that's why here this agile development wants to meet the customer needs today than worrying about the features that might be needed in the future. Okay. So current needs of the users are satisfied. Let's see our 9th question, students. Dash is not an agile method. Extreme programming, waterfall, crystal and scrum. Let's see the answer, students. The answer is waterfall model. See, in the waterfall model, it was following the sequential execution. Hence, this is not a agile process methodology. This waterfall does not follow agile process methodology. The example for agile methods or agile processes are extreme programming, crystal and scrum, where we are going to learn extreme programming in the next session. Okay. And the last question is, which of the following does not apply to agility to a software process? Options are A. Uses incremental product delivery strategy. B. Only essential work products are produced. C. Eliminate the use of product planning and testing. D. All of the mentioned. Let's see the answer. See here, the correct answer is C. Eliminate the use of project planning and testing. See here, in the first option, it uses incremental products delivery system. Agile process uses incremental and iterative process method. That's why the option A is a wrong answer. Option B, only essential work products are produced. Okay, that means here only essential products are only produced in agile process. So that does not apply agility. And here eliminate the use of project planning and testing. That means here agile process follows proper planning and testing. So here there is no elimination of project planning and testing. So here for this question, that is the correct answer. So this completes our today's session. In the next session, I am going to explain extreme programming. In that, we will see core values, practices, process, advantages and disadvantages. Okay. So these are all the references which I have used to develop this content. Do join with me for the next session, students. Thank you.